Hey, what's up? This is Alex Baker, aka Awesemo, making a video for CardRunners. Thank you guys for checking out my previous cap videos. I definitely got some good feedback from those, and I'm glad you guys liked them. Today, I'm going to be introducing to you guys Heads Up Cap. Heads Up Cap is definitely a very profitable form of poker, provided that you can find people to play against. The way I play Heads Up Cap is I'm going to be starting my own tables, and regulars don't usually sit down with me because I'm good at poker. So the people who do sit down are fish. But the thing is, the ones that you end up playing a lot of hands heads up with aren't really big fish. They're kind of like your semi-fish, because if a big fish sits down, then the rest of the table pretty much immediately fills up. You can also play heads up cap tables, and I've done a little bit of that, but I haven't done that as much. Definitely worth looking into. So your win rate at heads up cap is going to be a lot higher, and the main reason is because the rake is a lot lower. Like, my VPP per hand at cap heads up is kind of the same as at 6 max. So you're paying the same amount of rake per 100 hands, and you're playing virtually every hand. So that definitely is a favorable situation. As you guys see over the sample, my EV has been 4 big blinds. Not a huge sample, but I think that is definitely on the lower end of what's possible. So I'll just go through my stats a little bit, and then I recorded some action that we can go into. So I'm raising about 73% from the small blind, and then I'm calling about 40%, or playing about 40% of hands to raises. And that latter number, how much you play to raise, is going to vary a lot based on your opponent. So if your opponent is limping 40% of hands and raising 30%, you can play a much tighter range to a raise than if you're raising 70%, obviously. And I've gotten 3-bet about 20% of the time, so that means if I'm playing an average opponent, I would want to call a shove with like ace-9 off, ace-8 suited, king-queen suited, and 4s are better probably. But then as you get more info, a lot of guys will shove really tight heads up cap. So that's the leak all of guys will have. As you guys see, my 3-bet success is 65%. So that means that guys are folding enough to really shove pretty much anything, versus guys who are raising a lot. But the thing is, a lot of these hands that you could shove are just simply more profitable to call. And some notable examples could be hands like Jack 10 off, Queen 10 off, where your equity is kind of okay versus their calling range. But those hands play pretty well post flop, so you can actually show more profit calling. And you can actually demonstrate that effect in CardRunners EV. Alright. My 1-1 soft flop is kind of low, 43%. And that's because my strategy really is a cautious strategy. It's just kind of how I've always played poker, where I'll let my opponents win a lot of pots, and then, I'll be in the big pots with strong ranges. And I found that it's effective. And then once I learn more about a guy's game, I might open up my ranges a little bit and see more showdowns, try and make more bluffs. But a lot of guys that play cap, they'll be tough to bluff off hands unless you actually have the lead. And you'll see that in these statistics. So I'm c-betting 80%, turn 40%. I've actually raised that a lot recently. So my general strategy is to bet the flop almost always, and then I'll check the turn back with a lot of medium strength hands because I expect my opponents to float the flop pretty wide and bet the river. So I exploit that a lot. And then but recently I've realized that these guys fold way too much to turn in river C bets, so you can just barrel through a lot of your air. I'm not calling too many three bets just because a lot of guys don't three bet that much.